If you can believe it or not, that one post, 2 posts ago that I did is still circulating everywhere and just causing a lot of uproar with some people, and crazy enough, the majority of the people agree with what I'm saying. And with that being said, we obviously don't want people to be sick. We don't want people to catch this. We don't want to have it, spread to where hundreds of millions of people are dying like the Spanish flu. That is the obvious. I shouldn't even have to say this. People think it's about, oh, she can't go and do this, she can't go and do that. And this is not about me. This is about everyone. And so there are so many people that are talking about saving the children and, that we're saving these kids from sex trafficking and their abusers. Just today, they closed all the schools for the rest of the school year. Now, what happens to the children that are living with their abusive parents or whomever they live with that is their abuser? So we have to care about one part of the population, and then the others that are also suffering, we just don't care about. So I'm not sure how one doesn't cancel out the other. The kids that are home with their abusers, they depend on their school for their food. The people that literally have not a dollar to their name because they aren't working, there are a lot of people out there that live well below the poverty line. Who is coming to their rescue? Because supposedly our government's supposed to be sending out money. So it's okay that we can just get our checks whenever they feel like sending them so people can afford to eat. There are many people that are starving because of this. That's one thing. Someone else messaged me a little bit ago and said, how about the people that are addicts and suffer from depression and, mental disorders? Obviously, I'm sure most of us are starting to go stir crazy being in our homes and not being able to live the life that helps you achieve your happiness and highest level of consciousness, if some people want to speak in those terms. So people that do have mental illnesses and things like that, and anxiety, depression, that depend on being live to where you can go out and live your life, and that is your livelihood. That is what keeps you going. That is what keeps you sane. How many people are also going to be dying from suicide because of the ramifications of this virus? It trickles down. I mean, you can start at the top and it all trickles down and affects every single person on this planet in a different way. So that's why when I discuss the flu and other viruses and things that kill people every single day, we've never done this. And many are saying, well, this is a different virus and we don't know anything about this. They know everything about this. You just don't know about this. Like we said, and so many people have said and have read and have been well read into this, that you can see its origin. You can see where this virus originated from. And if this has been in a lab since as early as 2006, even 2013, there's all different conflicting information as usual, that they know everything about this. We just don't know everything about this. So if you want to place blame and you want to be angry at someone, be angry at the right person, people, elitists. Point your anger in the right direction, because it's not at someone like me. It's not at people in the media. Everyone that has some kind of hand in this is bought and paid for. And I'm not one of those people. And I'm not making these videos for views. I've been doing this since long before this shit started, talking about holistic nutrition and wellness, and I've helped a lot of people. So it has nothing to do with views. It just so happened that whatever I said in my video went viral, and I still don't understand why. I'm just being me, and I'm just speaking my mind. But this whole thing is affecting our entire globe. And actually, and the only positive thing that I believe is that it's helping our environment. It's resetting the environment. That's the only thing that I can say for myself is this world needed a break from the mass destruction that happens on a daily basis and the ruination of existence. But while we're all in our homes, they are putting up 5G everywhere. This isn't a secret. I mean, they're trying to make it a secret. It's not a secret. And so whatever amazing phenomenons are happening, or phenomena are happening while we are being sequestered in our home, will just be ruined by us being exposed to non-ionized radiation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Every living thing will be. And most people don't understand the true dangers of it, and you would rather be completely ignorant to it and fight with other people and tell them that they don't know what they're talking about and everything else, when you've never even lifted a finger to read one sentence about what happens with 5G. So this is, everything just kind of cancels itself out. If we're doing good somewhere, there's bad that's going to just come and cancel that out. And we have to think about people's livelihoods through this. It's not that no one cares about people that are dying. And well, if your family member was dying, and like most people with a brain have said, you have to take precautions. There are countries that are not on lockdown and they're taking precautions. And like we said before, they don't just all of a sudden care now. All of a sudden, they don't just care. So all the people that are really suffering that this virus will never touch far outweigh the amount of people that are sick. And it's not because we don't care about the sick people. That's not at all what anyone with a heart, soul, and any kind of compassion is saying. We're saying there are so many people that are out there suffering that will never be affected by this virus. They'll be affected by people that abuse them. They'll be affected by starvation. They'll be affected by anxiety, depression, suicide, mental torture from literally just not being able to have any kind of life. And there's some people that comment, well, you can just, take 2 months off of your life. Most people can't afford that. There are some people that are very fortunate enough that they can do that and they can afford to stay at home and wait this out. But how many people are out there that can't do that? Do you have any compassion for these people? Or is it only just selective outrage because this now becomes a political thing, this becomes a race thing, this becomes everything that has nothing to do with anything, essentially? There's still people asking me to provide them with resources and my credentials and everything else. That is not my job to provide that for you. You can look this stuff up in 2 seconds. Literally. It's that easy. Because I'm speaking about it doesn't mean that I have to give you my credentials of where I'm learning these things from. I don't understand what part of that people are not getting. And the same people that don't like what I have to say are the same people that are saying, we need to care about other people. We need to, your people are going to, be in harm's way because of you. Well, how about all the negativity that you bring to someone else? How about all the hate that you will spew on someone else's page because you don't like what they have to say, instead of saying, you know what, maybe you can think a different way, or maybe this is what I know that this might be able to help you, even though we have differing opinions. So the people that are so worried about these people that are sick, which we all are worried, are the same people that are the most hateful, closed-minded, arrogant, unintelligent, and uninformed people on the planet. And that is a big problem. That is one of the biggest problems whenever we are faced with any kind of situation or tragedy like this, all those people come out of the woodwork. And you're labeled as a nut and a conspiracy theorist and everything else. And I say that in every video because it's just like, yeah, this is getting really old. All the people that don't want to do any fucking work for themselves and don't want to do their homework, you're just labeled as a quack. And I'm not crazy. I do my research all the time, obviously. You might not agree with things that I find, but you are not doing any digging yourself. You're just asking where I'm finding this stuff. And that is not my job to tell you, and I'm not going to. Do it yourself. That's it. So hopefully you will start to think of the other people that are affected by this without even being affected by this. Because our hearts need to be with those people too. And shutting down a whole society while other people are truly suffering and will die is just not something that I can comprehend. You can write comments. We can have nice, kind, compassionate discussions, or you'll be blocked, as I've said, because there is no time for this shit. There's no time for your negativity, and there's no time for people that don't have any clue what they're talking about that want to give their opinion. How many people spend hours a day looking at things and researching things? If the answer is you don't, then you have no right to comment on someone else's page that does. You can do your own due diligence for everyone by researching things and helping other people to understand instead of being combative and argumentative with no validity to anything that you're saying. But again, thank you to all the people that are messaging me, because I can't get back to everybody, but at 3 a.m. when I'm still up, I'm voice messaging people because I'm just super overwhelmed with this. But thank you for all the people that are on board with what I say. I mean, I just have an opinion, and thank you for liking it or not liking it. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a nice shitstorm in the comment section, so I look forward to it.